everyone, my name is Wendy. Welcome to my channel. Today I created this look using the Carli Bybel Deluxe Edition eyeshadow and highlighter palette. Originally, this video that I made was a full-on talk through video. However, my mic did not work. It wasn't functioning throughout the entire video, so none of the audio was captured, and didn't realize that none of the audio was captured until literally like 5 minutes ago. So now I had to create this video into a voiceover. If you really like this video, or if you like the look, don't forget to subscribe, like this video, give me a thumbs up. Alright, let's get started. I like to start off my makeup with doing my eyebrow first. I'm using the Sigma Small Angle E65 brush and the Eyebrow Duo brush from E.L.F, as well as that NYX Tame and Frame pomade in the shade Black. And I first like to start by outlining my eyebrows by going with the natural shape of my eyebrows, just to outline them and for me to be easier to fill them in. Next, I go with the E.L.F Eyebrow Duo brush to fill them in. I like to use this brush just because, one, it has a spoolie, and two, the brush is actually a little bit thicker than the Sigma E65 brush. So I feel like it's easier for me to fill in those eyebrows. I'm going in with the Essence Make Me Brow Gel Mascara to make sure that my eyebrows stay in place, to really lock them in place. I am now going to clean up my eyebrows using the BH Cosmetics Studio Pro Concealer. And I'm using the Sigma Flat Definer E15 brush to go underneath my eyebrows and outline them and clean them up. Doing this really helps your eyebrows look extremely sharp and clean. With the remainder of the product that's on my brush, I like to use the rest of the concealer as eyeshadow primer. I'm going in next with the BH Cosmetics 139 brush. It's a flat concealer brush. I really like this brush because it does a really good job at blending in the concealer. I really like this brush. It's my go-to brush. This is the only brush I use when cleaning my eyebrows. Next, we're going in with the Carli Bybel Deluxe Edition palette. I'm using this really light shade. It's kind of like a corally orange with a mixture of like a bone. And I'm using that in my crease. I'm going to go ahead and blend that all in. I'm using wiper motions just to really get in the crease. Next, I'm going in with this darker purple. I'm using that shade right in the outer corner of my eye to kind of deepen the outer portion of the eye, and then whatever remainder product that I have on my brush, I go ahead and drag it in. And I definitely go back into the palette to kind of work my way into making it a little bit deeper, just because one application does not do the job. You have to go in multiple times. Next, I'm going in with the lighter purple with the BH Cosmetics number 5 brush, and I'm using that shade to put it in the inner portion of my eye to make that little gradient effect where it starts off light purple and moves down to a darker shade purple. And for this one, I'm just literally just applying it, swiping it onto my eyelid, and then using dabbing motions. And that really helps with the color payoff if you dab your color rather than just swiping it across. Next, I'm using the BH Cosmetics number 101 brush, and I'm going in with, again, the purple that I used previously to deepen out that outer corner, and I'm gonna use it a little bit towards the middle of my eyelid because I want the gradient to be as smooth as possible and I don't want those lines to be too harsh, so I go ahead and apply a little bit more. Next, I'm going in with the Morphe M441 brush, and I'm using the deepest purple in that row. And I actually feel like I need to deepen my outer corner just to give more depth to my eyes. So I'm just applying it right in the corner, dabbing it just to make it a little bit darker. Next, I'm going in with the BH Cosmetics E40 brush, and I'm going to go in with that first shade to blend all those colors in, just to remove any harsh lines and just really smoothen out the transition between all the shades. Next, I'm going in with the Physicians Formula glitter liner in the shade Nude Ice. And I'm just putting this glitter right where my eyes are creasing. I'm just letting it dry up before I move on to the next thing. I want to make sure that it doesn't get messed up when I blink or when I move my eyelids. Next, I'm going to go ahead and curl my eyelashes. Naturally, my eyelashes are pretty straight, so if I don't do anything to them, they look so boring and ugly, so I always need to curl my lashes before applying mascara. I'm using the Tarteist mascara. It's one of my favorite mascaras. It's very nice. It doesn't clump up on my lashes, and then the applicator is very small and they're plastic based applicator. Moving on with the eyelashes, I'm going to be putting on the Ardell Magnetic Lashes. I bought these at Marshall's for $9.99. I'm moving on to my face primer. I'm using the E.L.F. Poreless Face Primer. You really just want to blend in that primer. I like to put it on the areas where I'm the most greasy, which is usually my T-zone. And as I was applying this primer, the smell, if you are Hispanic or Latino, you might know what I'm talking about. It smells like Vaporub, which is something that parents use when you have a cold or when you're sick. They always use it. It just smells like straight up Vaporub. I'm going in with the foundation. I'm using the Maybelline Matte and Poreless in the shade 228. And I'm using a flat brush by BH Cosmetics. It's the 130 brush to apply it. I like to use a flat foundation brush to apply my foundation all over my face. I'm using my Maybelline Beauty Sponge to blend in my foundation. I'm going to go ahead and put another layer just because I want a little bit more full coverage, especially because I actually am breaking out a lot, so I really want to cover those red spots and my acne. So as I was doing my foundation, I accidentally pulled on my eyelashes. So I decided to just completely pull them off just because I know that I'm going to be moving them around and they're just going to look really ugly. So that's the convenient part about using magnetic lashes, that you can take them off whenever you want and put them back on. So off they go. I'm going into contouring my face. I'm using the Maybelline Fit Me foundation stick in the shade 355 Coconut, and I like to apply this shade on my cheeks, my jawline, my forehead, and underneath my lip. And I'm going back with my beauty sponge to blend in the contour. Next, I'm moving on to concealer. I'm using the Wet n Wild Light Medium Beige Concealer. I like to put the concealer underneath my eyes, right on the ridges of my nose, my chin, the bridge of my nose, my cupid's bow, and my forehead, just to really brighten up those areas. And again, I'm going in with my sponge to blend all of the concealer. I'm using the Essence Brighten Up Banana Powder to set my under eyes. And I'm using the BH Cosmetics 133 brush. Right before setting my under eyes, I like to blend in any creases that might have come up from moving my eyes. And I just put the banana powder right underneath my eyes. I don't like to bake just because it really accentuates my fine lines underneath my eyes. So I just like to set that concealer down using this banana powder. And I like to focus it around my nose as well because I do tend to get very greasy around my nose. I'm going in with the Maybelline Fit Me Loose Finishing Powder in the shade 20 Light Medium. Now I'm going to use this powder along with the BH Cosmetics 133 brush that I used to set my under eyes to set the remainder of my face before moving on to bronzer. I'm going to use the W7 Honolulu bronzer. And this bronzer, I want to say it's similar to the Benefit Hoola bronzer. It has the same packaging as you can see. It's in a box just like the Hoola bronzer. And then the inside, it's very similar pan as well. I'm using the Real Techniques Multitask Face Brush to put on my bronzer. And I really like to just put my bronzer on my cheeks and then on my jawline. And I'm going in with a clean Real Techniques brush. This is the Multitask Face Brush. And I like to use just a clean brush to really blend in that bronzer so it doesn't look too harsh. Next, I'm going in with my blush. I'm using the Physicians Formula Butter Blush in the shade Vintage Rogue. And I'm using my Sigma F50 Dual Fiber Brush to apply my blush. Next, I'm going on to highlighter. I'm actually using a Dome Cosmetics 140 brush, and I'm going back to the palette because it also carries highlighters. It has 6 highlighters. It has darker shades that you can use as bronzer shades, and then very light colors. I'm just going to use the top ones, the pinkish and the gold one. I'm going to actually mix both of those with the BH Cosmetics 140 brush and apply that onto the tops of my cheekbones. That's so convenient that the Carli Bybel Deluxe Edition palette carries the highlighters. If you are on the go, you can go ahead and just grab that palette. You have your eyeshadows, your highlighters. You can even use some of the highlighters as bronzers. So it's very convenient if you are traveling or are on the go. As you can see, it's very glistening. It's so beautiful. I'm going to go ahead and apply that on my chin, my cupid's bow, the bridge of my nose, and the top of like my eyebrows. I really love highlighters. Like one of my favorite products to put on my face. Is just so beautiful and it really brightens up your face. I'm actually using a BH Cosmetics pencil brush. It is the 105 brush to apply highlighter onto my brow bone. And I am using the same mixture of the 2 shades of highlighter on the palette to put on my eyebrows. I am thanking God, Jesus Christ, the Lord himself, for providing me with this very amazing, glistening, delicious highlighter. I'm going to go ahead and start doing my under eyes. I'm using the Real Techniques shading brush, and I'm going in with that purple shade to line up my lower lash line. And I'm going in with the lighter shade, the first shade I used when I was creating my eye look. And I'm blending in that shade as well into my lower lash line. And I'm going back with the Tarte mascara to put some mascara on my lower lashes. I honestly don't even need mascara on my lower lashes. My lower lashes are so long on their own that makes them, when I apply any mascara onto them, I feel like it makes them extremely long. One last step that I almost forgot was to apply highlighter into my inner corner tear duct. So I just realized that my camera stopped recording again when I was doing my lips. So I'm going to go ahead and give you the products. I'm using the Essence lip pencil in the shade Satin Mauve to line up my lips, and then the Kat Von D liquid lipstick in Ludwig. Final step, I'm using the Wet n Wild Natural Finish Setting Spray to lock in all of my makeup. So that's the look that I created using the Carli Bybel Deluxe Edition palette. It is a beautiful palette, and this is the final look. I really hope you guys like it. And of course, I went ahead and put on my magnetic lashes. So if you like this look, please give me a thumbs up, subscribe, like my videos, and I'll see you in my next one. As an outro, enjoy my little happy dance for finally completing this makeup look, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.